Hi there. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 3 different ways to start an LLC in New Jersey. But more important than that, I'm going to share with you crucial information that will help keep your new business safe and protected. So if you're not familiar with terms such as Commingling Funds, piercing the corporate veil, or registered agent, don't worry, but just know these are really important and you're gonna understand how they impact your LLC by the end of this video. So the first way to start your New Jersey LLC is to go to the New Jersey Secretary of State website. You can find the link for the state site and any of the resources mentioned in the description below. So once you're there, you just create an account and then you can go through the steps to get your LLC set up. And as you'd expect, the state website is not the prettiest or the easiest thing to navigate. But on the positive, there are no fees, except for the $130 state filing fee, which includes the online filing as of 2022. And there is no way around that fee. You have to pay it whether you go direct through the state or an online legal tool or through an attorney. Now, the pros of using the state site are that there are no markups or upsells, but the downside is that it's just not laid out well and it makes the registration process way more confusing than it needs to be. One of the other downsides of the state site is that they don't help you keep your LLC compliant, and that's because the state site really doesn't remind you of important updates or renewal reminders. I'll explain the importance of this further, but first let's just talk about what an LLC actually is so that you know how to maintain it properly. So a lot of people think that there's this tax advantage to having an LLC over a sole proprietorship, but actually that's not the case. The advantage of an LLC is in the name itself. It's just there to help limit your liability. So imagine your business right now and all your assets. This could be like your computer, your office, your business bank account. And then on the personal side, you might have a home, your car, your personal bank account. So what an LLC does is it's drawing a line of division between these two asset classes. And that division is something called the corporate veil. So if somebody sues your business, they can try and come after your business assets. But the LLC and that corporate veil are there to protect your personal assets so that they can't come after things like your personal home or bank account. And that is why an LLC is so important. Now, earlier I mentioned something called piercing the corporate veil. So what this legal jargon means is if your business is sued, the attorney suing your business is going to try and find cracks in your LLC, and if they can find a crack, they can pierce the corporate veil, and when this happens, they can come after your business and personal assets. So that's why it is so important to not only set up your LLC, but you have to maintain it so that there are no cracks. I'd like to explain why the state site is not great for maintaining your LLC, and I'm going to give you a few examples. So a great service for setting up your LLC is a company called InkFile, and that's an online legal tool. You'll find a link in the description below that will take you to their site, and we really appreciate when you use that link because it helps to support the YouTube channel. The reason I like InkFile is that they have packages starting at $0 plus the state fee. And one of the perks of this $0 package is that you get a free registered agent service for a year. So that's the first reason I prefer this site over the state site. And now let's just talk about what a registered agent is. So every LLC is required to have a registered agent. Sometimes they're called a resident agent, statutory agent, or agent for service of process. The registered agent has to have a physical address in the state your LLC is set up. And this person is there to help with important communication and documentation. This could be things like your franchise tax forms, notices of litigation, tax and legal correspondence, and required annual report forms. So basically, the registered agent helps you keep your LLC in compliance. Now, if you go through the state website, they just want to know the name and the address of your registered agent without much context. If you go through InkFile, that service is free for the first year, and then it's $119 annually after that, and you can always change or drop the registered agent service at any time. Now, another thing I like about InkFile is that the state website does not help you with the federal aspects of your business. And here's a really good example of this. Your LLC is set up through your state, but an EIN business tax number is set up through the IRS. You can think of the EIN as a social security number used to identify your business for tax purposes. So when you get set up through the state website, they don't help you at all with setting up your EIN number. And if you've never done it before, it can be kind of confusing. In the middle tier package on InkFile, they set up your EIN for you. I'll also include a link in the description below if you want to set up your EIN yourself on the IRS website. I also want to highlight that InkFile will set you up with a business bank account, and this is really important to do from the beginning, and here's why. So not only does it make bookkeeping and accounting for your business way easier and cleaner, but you should also know if you run your business through your personal checking account, you are commingling funds. And that's because you have personal cash flow and then you have your business cash flow all happening in the same account. This can create a crack in your LLC, and that could lead to an attorney piercing the corporate veil and then being able to come after both your business and your personal assets. So InkFile takes these things into consideration, where the state site just sets up your LLC. The nice thing with InkFile is that your dashboard helps you not only set up your LLC, but also maintain it and keep it compliant with annual reports or forms that need to be filed as well. On the screen here, you'll see a video that goes further into the dashboard and what it looks like after setting up your LLC. There will also be a video on how to pay yourself with an LLC. Again, thank you so much for using the links in the description below, and I'll catch you on the next video.